Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute angel. It's made on my embroidery machine. It's lace, stands alone. Now this one is not as sturdy as the one I'm making for the demo right now. And the reason why is I was so wanting to make this one quickly that I didn't have the supplies I needed. So instead of using this fabri-solvy, which is what I'm using now, I use 2 layers of the stuff that we call topper. Okay, so let me show you how they compare. I've already stitched out the first part of the angel here, and this is on the fabri-solvy. Listen, can you see how thick that is compared to this stuff that's sort of like saran wrap, right? So I'm going to show you how to do this, show you how to change the colors on it in Embrilliance if you would like to, so you can see what it is. What's really special about this is it's supposed to be a Christmas tree ornament. However, I think it would be perfect also once we have a perfect one, because if you send this in the mail, say someone has lost somebody or even a pet and they feel like they need an angel on their side, right? Or someone is ill. Or I'm going to send these to my grandkids actually just to hang up in their rooms. A little angel, their guardian angel. Okay? But and the reason why I like it is because you can fold it flat just like this to put it in the mail, and then when your person gets it, they'll be able to put it together easily. Like I said, if I had used the correct solvy, this would be a little less flimsy and would stay together better. So let's go to my computer, and I'll show you first how to get it ready in Embrilliance, and then we'll get ready to go to the machine. Okay, so I'm in Embrilliance, and I went to File and Open, and I went to the folder right here where I have these. And because I have Thumbnailer, I believe it is, I can see all of these by right-clicking and saying View, and then I put extra large icons. So now you're able to see some of the other Christmas tree ornaments that are in here. If somebody could tell me what this one is, I'd be happy. But otherwise, a star, snowflake, angel, tree, bell, lots of cute stuff. So I'm going to do the angel again. So I'll get angel blah 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 003. I'll click on double click on that to open it, and it opens just like this. And if you look over here in the objects panel, you'll see there's one design, and it's made up of 1, 2, 3 different parts, and just 2 whites and an orange. The first white does the angel, right? The inner angel. Then part 2 would be the stars. And the third part is the outer edge. And this right here will be a slit to help you put them together. And then you'll notice there's another little slit right up here to help them stay together. So all I did on mine, well, let me show you this one over here that I was playing with. No, this one I made the blue color. And this one I was just playing with colors because, as I said, these don't have to be Christmas tree ornaments. They could be anything you like. So say you don't like this green color right here for the stars. I could click on the stars here, and that opens this green right here. Click on it, and then I can change it to another color that I might like. You know, who knows? Like, I don't know. Just play with whatever you like. Maybe you'd like it to be white. There's a sandstone color. Anyway, you'd say okay, and it would stay like that. So then you'd have one color, it would stop, do the middle color and the other, the third step. And we can watch that in the Stitch Simulator by coming right up here. And we'll start this, and we'll just move this bar along. You can either hit this button right here that'll play it automatically. You can use the slider, or you can do this, which moves it basically stitch by stitch, and you could watch it step by step. But I'm going to use the slider so we can see what it's going to do first. Some underlay there. And this is going to be pretty well stitched so that it won't fall apart. It's going to be freestanding lace. And you'll notice there's a spots in here that are left blank. That's where the stars are going to go. Here they come. See that? Everything is stitched together perfectly. And I love these little things right here, the little round dots. Okay, so that's just one part of it. And then I can go to open the second part. So I go to open, and I did 003, so I do 004. Now this one does not have a slit through it. It has a little tiny slit right here. And again, we could change the colors if we wanted to, or leave them as they are. Stitch Simulator. Here we go. It's white, so I couldn't see it at first. Pretty much the same thing, right? The main difference is where the slit is, or lack of slit, and then this one has the little hole there for to hang it, the little hanger. Okay, so let's go over to the embroidery machine and watch it stitch out. Okay, I'm ready to load my 4x4 hoop. I'm going to use this product called fabri-solvy. I'll have it linked for you down below. On the first one that I did, I used some of this topper material. You can see how flimsy it is. So I used 2 layers of it, and they kind of worked, but now I'm going to see how much better this is going to work. So it comes in a package. You saw the package, and you get a big hunk of it like this, lots of it. And so I've already cut a piece. There it is. I'm going to stick this in my hoop. You can hear it even. See, it's really thick. And I do want to tell you one more thing about this after I get this hooped. Okay, I want to make sure it's nice and taut, tight. So like when you pat on it, it's almost going to sound like a drum. Okay, so it's not loose. But what I wanted to show you was, on here, it says to stabilize things, you can brush it on as a liquid stabilizer made by dissolving 1/4 yard of ultra solvy with 8 ounces of water. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to start saving all these scraps and just put them into water to make like a sticky stabilizer. I'll let you know how that goes. So I already have over here in my machine my angels. You'll notice there are 3 steps to it. The first step will be white. It's 7 minutes. The next step will be the light blue stars, and then it'll be white again for 12 minutes. So I'm just going to put this right in there like this. And the reason why it's important that you use this extra heavy ultra solvy is because if you just use one layer of the material that we usually use as topper, as soon as it's doing this, it's cutting holes right in it, and it's just going to fall apart. Oh, okay, at this point now we're at step 2 out of 3. I had light blue here, but this time I'm going to make it pink instead. So I'll have a light blue one and a pink one. And I'm actually going to give them to my grandbabies so they can hang them in their rooms if they'd like. Okay, at this point now we're on to step number 3, and it is the final stitch, and it's going to take 12 minutes, and I've put the white back in. Okay, this one has finished stitching, so I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to trim close to it without cutting it. Remember this bit, even though it seems so wasteful, I am going to save it to make it into some sticky stabilizer. I think that's what it said. I'll let you know shortly. But I'm going to save all this. Don't throw this away. Maybe cut into a few smaller pieces. And I could save it in a bowl like this so that when I melt it down to make it sticky liquid, it would be good to go. But I'm also going to put these in here in hot water later to remove all of that stuff from here. But first I have to do the second part. So gonna hoop up some more, and I'll stitch the second one, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, the first one I've already soaked in the hot water, and I have it laying out here. This one's ready to get started. I'll pop it right out. And again, just like the first one, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess. Not going to put it in the water yet. Going to wait till this is done. Okay, stick that in the hot water. And it starts melting away right away. The water's gotten a little bit cooled off. Can't seem to keep my fingers out. I don't want to stretch it though. So we don't want all of this stabilizer to come out, because that's what's going to help keep it stiff when it dries and we put it together. I'm guessing, I think it says something like 10 or 15 minutes on the package, but I'm guessing for something like this it might be closer to just 5. But I'm just guessing, because this is only the second one I've made. These remind me of when my mom used to make angels for our tree, but she would crochet them, and I wasn't good at that. Put it on there to dry. So you just let these air dry now, and while they're air drying, I could like push this over here like this, maybe. And while they're air drying, move that aside, and I'm going to bring back in this and put in all my scraps, and let's just check it out, see if they dissolve in there. And I'm kind of wondering whether this will make something that I can put into a spray bottle. I'm going to put it in this spray bottle, and if it would end up being something like that stuff I love, Terial Magic. Wouldn't that be cool? Great way to make your own Terial Magic. It'll be a lot cheaper than buying that stuff. Let's see. I'm just going to let that dissolve too. And I'll be back when these are dry and ready to go. Okay, they're pretty much dry. One of the things I wanted to show you was this is the one that I used the proper material on, and you can see it's kind of stiff. This is the one I used the wrong material on. Remember, I used the double layers and it's not stiff. So this one's going to go together a lot better. The other thing is this. On these little guys right here, I've noticed that I have to go down through here and clip any little stitches, because this is where, being careful not to clip stuff I'm not supposed to clip. That's where that's supposed to go through. This is okay like this. So now, ready to put this together. Let's think. Okay, so this piece out the little tab, this is going to go on the outside. So this one's got to go on the inside. So I'm going to slit them together like that. And then there's a little slit up at the top here and here. And when you make one, you'll see them. And you put those together like that. And then kind of mess with it a little bit. Okay, and there is, where are you? There's the beautiful, all right, come on, you can figure this out, Patricia. There's the beautiful angel. Isn't it sweet? I really like it. Now, one thing I could have done, let's move this out. One thing I could have done to make it look a little bit better was I could have changed my bobbin color to match whatever color I was using on the stars, so there wouldn't be a little bit of a lighter star right there. But all in all, I think it's beautiful. And as I said, you can just fold it together like this if you want to, and tell your person, whoopsie, to just open it up like this to hang it. Okay, and then, you know, maybe you made some cards into which you could mail this. I'm sending you a smile. These are just some cards that I found that I had around. And if this was kind of color coordinated, wouldn't that be a nice way to send somebody a happy birthday or thinking of you or get well soon card? And you could make the this thing, the colors match. Nature is the art of God. Put one in there. And these will mail. You know, or the last one, thinking of you. Get well soon. Blah, blah, blah. Put that in there like this. One other thing you could do also is to already have this threaded, this little hole here, with some thread for them to hang it. Okay. So that is how easy it is to make this Christmas tree ornament, or an ornament that you can have for somebody to hang in their house. Little angel watching over you. Okay, here's our test. This one has just plain fabric with nothing on it. This second one here has our homemade Solvy. And then this one has Terial Magic. So let's see what happens. My iron is heated to high. Of course, nothing's going to happen on this one, I wouldn't assume. Here comes the Solvy. Terial Magic. Solvy. Terial Magic. Solvy. The Solvy dried faster. Maybe I put more on the Terial Magic. I don't know. Okay, let's check it out. So here's the regular fabric. As you can see, still very limp. Here's the Solvy. Still pretty limp. I can make it stay up, but it's still pretty limp. And here is the Terial Magic. A lot stiffer. Still will go limp, but let's see. Yeah, I can feel a difference between these two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this a second time and see if I did it twice, if that would make a difference. Okay, there we go. Now let's heat that up again and see if that makes a difference. Okay, so if we hit the Solvy one twice, all right, still a little bit damp. Still not as stiff as the Terial Magic, but it's a lot better than this piece. So I'm wondering if this would cut just fine, and I believe it probably would on my cutting machine, but that will be for my next experiment. Okay, so I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell, because then you're notified when I go live. Don't forget there's some stuff down below if you want to see where I got these ornaments or anything else, the supplies that I'm using. Oh, and I am going to come back. I'm going to put this into the spray bottle, and I'm going to come back and show you how well it works. I hope it works like a charm, because that's going to save a lot of money. So, thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.